Hey there you guys, this is Kyle Hernandez from kylesdev.com. Welcome to the JavaScript tutorial. This video is the first of a series that will show you guys how to create JavaScript applications yourself. In this video, we will be creating JavaScript code inside of the JavaScript console to perform the following. We will first create a Hello Kyle that will show up in the console. From there, we will create variables and use if-else statements inside of the console below where we create the Hello Kyle in the console. Then we'll change names to assign variables to update if-else statements. And lastly, we'll use basic math operators to output math calculations to show up inside the console. Without further ado, let's get started. And I hope you enjoy this tutorial. So what we can do is, whether you're using Mac, Windows, or Linux, or Google, Firefox, or Safari, you can follow along with me. I'm using a Mac, and I'm using Google Chrome. So new window, or you guys can go to new tab to follow along with me. What you can do is wait for the screen to fully load. Indeed it is right now. We can click anywhere on the screen, right click anywhere on the screen, select inspect, the last button there, if you're using a Mac. Then we can click on the two arrows to the right, which is right next to the elements, which is to the left of the full screen. We can select console on the two arrows. After we select that, we are ready now to start writing our first JavaScript line of code. So to make a Hello Kyle show up in the console, what we can do is use an alert. An alert will show Hello Kyle or whatever message you want up in the browser. And this is where we're typing it inside the JavaScript console. We'll dive deep what that is in the next lesson. So we're going to be typing the word alert, lowercase alert, and always, just to let you guys know, using parentheses is important whether creating statements, messages, or any particular line of JavaScript code, except creating variables, unless you want to use three or more. A list of variables. We'll dive deep later in future tutorials what those are. So what we want to do is type any message. It has to be in string format or in quotes, because it will error out and it will not show up in the browser. So let's type a message. We'll say hello Kyle, and we'll end quotes and parentheses, and we get hello Kyle showing up in the browser using that alert. I hope that works for you guys. If that doesn't work, feel free to rewind the video, how I created this. And in case it doesn't work for when we're doing in this video, like if-else statements, variables, and operators, if those don't work, or other future lessons, feel free to comment down. Actually, before you comment down, make sure you rewind the video for like how I did it before you comment down your questions. I can answer those, but just comment down your questions and concerns. If you guys have any questions, this is only after you rewind it. If that makes sense. We can click OK, and now what we can do is create variables and use if-else statements inside the console. So what we can do is use the word let. Now, sometimes people use var and const instead of let, but those are var is from way back then, and const is if it doesn't change at all. Let is you're sure about it changing, and we'll see about that here in this video. So we'll say let my mood now equals to sleepy. And like I said, variables or text needs to be in string format, so it won't error out. So we'll click enter right here. And yes, we'll worry about the undefined variable later on. We'll do the if-else statement, but this my mood now, how I created it, is in camel case format. Camel case format is when the first word is lowercase and the rest are uppercase. We'll dive deep in the next video what that means, what camel case format means. So what we'll do next is use an if-else statement for my mood now variable, where we declare it up above. we will now say if, use a parentheses, so make sure you type if, the open parentheses, my moon now is, which is the 3 equals. The difference between the equals while declaring one equals and 3 equals is because 1 equals is assigning variables to a certain value. 3 equals is you already assigned the variable to a certain value. Now it's time to conditionize or use true to output true or false into the console, alerting or not alerting. Basically, if or else. We'll dive deep into if and else, more of those later. So we're going to set if my moon now to sleepy, which it is up above. We will then alert the people who are sleepy, go and get some rest, period, end quote, and parentheses, enter. We'll see now the alert to go and get some rest. Now the reason why it imported go and get some rest is because it is sleepy, just like how we declared it up above. The my moon now is now set to sleepy, just like how we declared it up above. Now what we're going to do now is change the my moon now variable to something else. That's what it says on the third build objective. We're going to set change names. We're going to change the names of the assigned variables, which was my moon now, type it as the way it is. Instead of sleepy, we're going to say happy, because people have happy days, people have sleepy days. So we're going to set it to happy, and you see it says happy down here. What we're going to do now is create an if block again. This time we're going to use my moon now set to happy. So I'm going to say if my moon now is set to happy, using those 3 equals and the if block with the my moon now, we're going to alert them. Glad you are having an amazing day. Do a smiley face too. End quotes and parentheses as always, and says glad you are having an amazing day. I hope you guys are having an amazing day too when you're watching this. So we can click OK here, and now that's basics of alerts, variables, and if-else statements. Now the last thing we need to do is use basic operators, math calculations, and so forth. Basically, I meant to say basic operators, which is addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Those are the basic operators which we'll cover in future videos of this tutorial. So we're going to be doing some math addition first. We're going to do 18 plus 38 plus 9 plus, let's say, 50, and get 115 into the console. It's good if that works for you guys. Next, we're going to do some subtraction. We're going to do, let's say, 65 minus 7 minus 14. We get 44. Alright, for multiplication, what we can do is 7 times 7. We get 49. And lastly, what we're going to do is some division. We'll do some simple division. We'll just do 6 divided by 3. And you should get 2. And that's it for this video. I hope this makes sense how to create alerts, if-else statements, as well as some variables, and how to use basic operators. In the next video, I'll be showing you guys the intro to JavaScript. For example, meaning like, what is JavaScript? What are the tools that JavaScript has, or the frameworks, quote unquote. And we'll learn about those in the next video. So stay tuned for that. Be sure to smash the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you there in a few seconds. Hope to see you guys there. Bye.